We do start with that breaking news as we come on the air here at 11. Milwaukee police are now investigating a fire that left 7 people displaced and damaged 7 homes in the River West neighborhood as arson. Take a look at this video, exclusive video from News Chopper 12 over the scene overnight.
Jeff Koenig, Property Prep. Welcome to the last unit in this 3-unit rehab of a fire-ridden building, and we are totally done with the project at this point and going to walk you through the rehab and the steps that it took to get to this place. We just walked up the stairs through a brand new door into the unit, and this unit has 2 entrances. One from the outside and then one off the kitchen, which is an emergency exit that goes both outside and downstairs to the laundry, where there are storage units as well as the mechanicals for the rest of the building. Let's check out this main area, which you'll see has original flooring. And we know this is original, unfortunately and fortunately, because there are some unique patches in the floor that we had to do. And while they're not perfect, they add character to the property and really show that this was a survivor in the unit. This was the only unit in this building where we were able to maintain the floor and not have to rip it out in lieu of brand new flooring. It has its positives and its negatives. Some of the tenants like really tight joints and brand new floors, and some like the character of this original flooring. As we head into the kitchen, we'll see some really incredible detail that one of the former owners of the property did, and we were able to preserve that, which was a great feature. So when originally this was constructed, there was a wing wall here. You'll see the patch there and here, and this had a barrel vaulted ceiling. And unfortunately, that wasn't able to be maintained. And when we flash back to the before pictures, you'll see the utter devastation that was caused by the fire and water that was dumped into this building. And while it would have been great to keep that original detail, it would have required plaster or a new framing kit, and it just wasn't in the budget with the insurance money that was paid out to this property owner. So in this unit, we were able to keep the floor and able to keep the HVAC system, which here is hydronic heat, which would be a boiler. And we were able to separate the other 2 units off of this boiler and put them on forced air heating. When you do open the door from the outside, there is a nice sized coat closet here that allows us to have storage for the tenants, and people really like that. And we were able to add a lot of storage to the unit by reconfiguring it slightly. This is one of 3 units, as I mentioned. This is the only unit that we weren't able to fit in-unit washer and dryer. The washer and dryer for this unit is in the basement, but I think that a bedroom that'll fit a king bed in this neighborhood is pretty unheard of, and it's a wonderful thing to have in a 105-year-old property. So I think people will be okay with going down the stairs at this price point. We were also able to maintain the majority of the windows in this property. The windows along the street side are the original windows that were remodeled by us probably 4 years ago. They are low E Energy Star rated white vinyl windows. This 4-pack of windows right here that are right off of the entry were severely compromised. Added this wing wall here. I don't believe this was here originally. I think this wall went all the way to the ceiling. So a wing wall allows a tenant to bring in a mattress or another piece of large furniture without worrying about having to thread a corner. So when all possible, we try to add a half wall at the entry so tenants can bring their furniture over without smashing it into the brand new walls or doors. This unit has brand new base and shoe. The base is MDF and the shoe is finger jointed pine. And finger jointing seems like it's not a quality way to do things, but actually in Wisconsin, where we get cold winters where the heating system dries the property out, and humid and warm summers where we get humidity into the high 90s percentile, this stays more dimensionally stable, as does the MDF baseboard and the casing. So all of the windows got new casing and all of the baseboard is new, and this is the shoe. We'll walk through to the kitchen and we will show you really what we think is an incredible addition. This was a segregated space, like I said before, with a little dining room area here. Now there's an area for dining that's not segregated or delineated by walls or a light fixture. It has more of an open concept feel, but it does introduce a breakfast bar that will accommodate 4 people at this quartz countertop. All of these units got quartz countertops in a look that looks like a Carrara marble, and they also received a black splash made of ceramic tile, which is dull tile in a subway pattern with a gray grout. Gray grout works really well for rental properties because it doesn't get dirty like white does, and it's not as deadly as black. Under the island, this is maple cabinetry in a gray color, which is modern and timeless at the same time. There are GFI protected outlets as required by code on the island, so people could put their blender or charge their phone here. It's nice to store stuff here that you use infrequently while still being able to be seated in front of it and use it as a functional space if you don't want a dining room table or if you just want to entertain and have a great place to lay out your snacks. You will notice as we go into the kitchen further that there are a ton of outlets, and that's one of the complaints of a lot of tenants in properties that we do the maintenance for, is there aren't enough outlets. All of these units in this project went down to the studs, which required outlets to be placed every 4 feet. So there are abundance of outlets, as well as every room received RJ45 cabling, so that we could make sure that there were not cables on the outside of the building from the telecom company, and that people could install and make the connections in the basement so that we don't screw up the siding that's been repaired outside. Let's go back to our kitchen here and look at the beautiful floor that was original before the fire. This is maple and mahogany and has a small inlay here. And I think that it's quirky and it's cool, and River West, the neighborhood that we're in, really appreciates stuff like that. The floor just changed direction a few times, but I think it was worth saving, and it's definitely took a lot of work and craftsmanship to achieve this from someone 50 or 60 years ago, so let's incorporate it back into the property. If we go around the rest of the kitchen, we make sure that we have a dishwasher here, and then here, which is not clipped down, is the air gap. And the air gap allows the dishwasher to breathe, and that's required by code. We could hide it, but it's a lot more expensive to hide the air gap. Easier just to install it above the countertop. So dishwasher included with all the properties. We recommend that to all of our property management clients, and we tell them a dishwasher is a must. Garbage disposal is not as much. They're one of the #1 things that break in properties, but a lot of tenants do ask for them. Unfortunately, they do put their whole dinner down them and clog them. So if you've had an experience with a tenant putting something wild down your disposal, leave it down in the comments. We'll tell some stories one day of the wild stuff we've fished out of drains. So let's continue with the tour though, because that could be its own video. Stainless steel appliance package throughout. This is a Whirlpool range, and the beauty of this range is it's an upgraded range where you can slide the pots and pans across. It's all coplanar here, and we don't have those individual things that shake. And that just gives you a feeling of luxury. And we always tell our clients that there are some major touch points that we want to feel good. We want closed drawers on all of our cabinetry. We want upgraded appliances. We want a microwave or a hood that vents to the outside and doesn't recirculate. That's really nice for people who cook a lot. We want great solid surface countertops and high quality knobs. And if you do those few things, people tend to really feel like you put in the extra work on the unit, and it doesn't cost a lot more to do it, especially since we represent a cabinet line like this, and we buy appliances in such bulk that we get great pricing. So when we go back to the kitchen, we used inexpensive knobs on more expensive cabinetry. There's a pantry cabinet here, which allows for all the storage and makes way for more space in the kitchen because we don't have to have an independent pantry for people to keep all their items in. Full-size refrigerator. It's not quite tall enough to fill out this space, but this was the right price, and it is a full size. I believe it's an 18 cubic foot. The apartment sizes are much smaller. People in a 2-bedroom do expect all full-size appliances. Before we head to the bedrooms, I want to show you a little bit about a code requirement here. Since we are in a multifamily property, there is a fire rated door, and all of these doors have a plaque on them that tells that they're 20-minute rated fire doors, and this is required by code for fire separation between the units. What we also did as a luxury is in the ceiling, we insulated between the units with acoustic fiberglass bats, and those were sound attenuation bats, and that allowed us to not have to worry as much about noise transfer between floors. A lot of our clients like that upgrade when we present it to them because it keeps the tenants happy, engaged, and not fighting with their neighbors about different schedules. Let's head into the hallway where we can show you the linen closet and the bathroom. Off to the side, this is where a stackable washer and dryer could go, but unfortunately, because of a code requirement for a larger door on a first floor, we weren't able to extend this wall far enough to be able to get a stackable washer and dryer. And instead we did a cased opening here. And a cased opening just means wood casing around it instead of drywall. This is a drywalled return opening. And this is a cased opening. This can take a little bit more abuse. And this is a great place to store towels or linens. We didn't put a door on this because there would be too many doors in a small space. And we hope that this is also somewhere that people can keep neat with their towels and not need that door, which is a cost-saving measure as well. Let's head into the bedroom and we'll show you what a large bedroom in an old property looks like. This door right here is solid core, as are all the doors in this property. That helps with maintenance, longevity, and with sound attenuation. The other thing that is great is we have more expensive hardware than you would normally see in a rental property. This is all quick set hardware. We don't use any of the crud that they sell at the big box stores from an off label or from Amazon. It's all good quality hardware. We'll come in here. There used to be this weird closet that went to the back hallway. You'll see where the floor is stitched in here. We brought that space and incorporated it into the bedroom. And this bump out here is the chimney. But we did pick up an extra 3 feet for a bed, which I think people will really like because this is the smaller of the 2 bedrooms. There is LED lighting throughout, interconnected smoke detectors in the entire building, which are code. All of the outlets are updated because all the electrical was updated. They're tamper resistant, which means that you can't put your fingers or a fork or something else in there unless it's meant to go in like a plug socket would. Since we are next to another building, we will talk for a second about the windows. My number one tip is buy nice blinds here so that you don't have the cord that always breaks. These are cordless blinds. As we raise these, we can see that there's a building where the fire that caused this jumped from, and there is an alleyway. Until this gets demoed, there's the potential that there could be a sketchy person there. So it's important that all the windows have night guards on them, which are these little clips that stop the window from moving up and opening beyond this 4-inch space right here. Those can be closed to actuate the window all the way out, as well as these clips right here allow the window to tilt in for cleaning. And the blind just retracts like this and heads over. The radiators are always right near the window because that's where the coldest air is. We get the least R value from glass and the highest R value from the walls. This entire building was insulated with spray foam, and it is definitely an upgrade over all the other types of insulation you can from an R value perspective. From a stability of the building perspective, it feels more solid, and you can tell from the acoustics here that with these giant ceilings, it still is incredibly well insulated and separated from other units. Let's head to the closet. Solid core door as well, huge closet. It stretches both sides, and we do put, as standard, we recommend putting in a switch here, and we put in a almost under cabinet light style LED up top, and that allows the tenant to see all of their clothing without having a fixture that would violate code or an exposed light bulb that could get broken in a keyless fixture, which are those single bulbs that hang from the ceiling. Let's head out back into the hallway and check out the bathroom. Welcome to the bathroom. This is my favorite spot. We have a wonderful porcelain tile floor. The tile floor was not expensive. This is builder grade porcelain from Home Depot, and it is a lot better than ceramic for durability. We always keep a few extra pieces in case someone were to chip it, but this went over cement board. The seams were taped with a fiber mesh, and then this was put down along with a grout and a sealer impregnated into it. All the fixtures are new. This is a new vanity. The plumbers ran all new plumbing in this property, PVC for the waste, PEX for the supplies, and under the sink, we have copper stub outs with what are called quarter turn angle stops. So those little valves right there, normally you'd have to turn them several turns. It's just one turn clockwise, a quarter turn, and once they are 90 degrees from there, they are in the off position. That's a much easier conversation to have with a tenant than it is to try to explain to them to ratchet it all the way down if there's an emergency in the middle of the night and your maintenance technician can't get there in time. We always encourage everyone to put our favorite toilet in. This is the American Standard Champion 4, capable of flushing an entire thing of golf balls, and it has a 4-inch port all the way through, down to 4-inch PVC, and after state fair, you're gonna thank yourself that you put this in so that you don't have to call me and my company to snake out your toilet when your tenant clogged it. We have towel bars and a mirror. Most people would say, why not put a medicine cabinet? A medicine cabinet is like a disposal. It's a frequent flyer when it comes to maintenance. People really let things spill inside of them. They delaminate, and we find that a simple mirror is a much better option, even though it affords a little less storage. This is a 36-inch vanity, by the way, which affords you countertop space for putting cosmetics and other things while you're getting ready. GFCI rated outlet, and this would mean that it's ground fault circuit interrupted, which means that if the hair dryer were to fall into a water source, it would immediately trip out and stop you from electrocuting yourself. All of the fixtures we use are Moen, and we suggest that all of the properties that we install fixtures in use Moen fixtures because there is a lifetime warranty on the cartridge, and we carry all of the cartridges to fix a leak from these, as well as the tub and shower filler on our truck and it is a very simple fix as long as the water shuts off. So try to stick with one brand and the brand of the people who service your units so that you know what you can expect and that they don't have to run to the parts shop and buy something which could add an hour of labor and the expense of a part that they don't already have or that's not under warranty. When we look at the shower, we do have a curved rod. That is a small upgrade, but it is a meaningful one because no one likes going into a shower and having that nasty shower curtain feel against your naked body. This is definitely superior. We used a Sterling, which is a Kohler product, shower over tub. This allows you to have the ability to bathe a child or take a bath as an adult. And if you only have one bathroom, we say that you should have a tub in every unit. One bathroom, gotta have a tub. Second bathroom, we would usually recommend a shower. And this is a 3-piece surround, 1, 2, 3, as well as the tub, which is made of a composite material. And this is a caulkless design, so there's no need for any sealants that are going to mold. And it's much easier during turnovers, as well as for tenants when they're cleaning this up. We reinstalled the old radiator, had a little leak. We installed new valves on all of the radiators that we saw that weren't in perfect condition. And all of our bath fans vent to the outside. This is Brown's 2-in-1 LED light as well as shower vent. So it takes the moisture out of the air around the light bulb and sucks it to the outside of the building. And venting that and the smells from your kitchen are really a great way to keep tenants happy, keep mold out, and to really make the environment better when you're getting out of the shower. Let's head to the next bedroom and we will show you this large space, which is so rare in such an old building. We'll hit the closet first. You'll notice that the hardwood is a different size and color. We took this wood and replaced it with new and harvested the wood that was here to make some of the patches in the other bedroom. Unfortunately, there wasn't enough to do all of the patches, so there was some mottled looking wood and some mismatched wood in the other parts of the unit, but a closet was a great place to hide a patch, so we thought this was a great place to do it. This has the same LED lighting as the other bedroom and also has slide-by solid core doors, which are a great improvement over a accordion style door, which are another maintenance headache. This room has 3 Lowy Energy Star rated windows and ample space for a bed or an office, whichever you'd prefer. LED lighting throughout, dimmers, wall jack for the cable, abundant outlets, hardwood floors. These floors were sanded. They have a little bit of undulation in them because they are old, but they are sanded down, and we did 4 coats of commercial grade finish on here. So this should last a long time. And we do encourage people to get on a schedule with us to buff and coat the units between tenants. And it does only take 24 hours to cure to 90%. So we are going to show you the way to the door and see you on the next project.